Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to the channel for another episode of In the Kitchen with Retro. I got something different for you today. It's very different. It's a tuna fish. A tuna fish sandwich is a classic favorite. I think a lot of people had that growing up. And I still like originally I would. My grandma, she would just add like Miracle Whip. She would drain the tuna, add Miracle Whip, cut up some celery, mix it all together, slap it on some bread, and there's your sandwich. Call it a day, right? Probably have some maybe soup with it, maybe like tomato soup or something like that. So what I got in store for you guys today, I don't know if calling this a different spin or a twist on a classic favorite does it justice. This is more than just putting a different spin on it, because I would say putting a different spin on something is maybe a tweak here and there, or adding maybe an additional ingredient or something. No, this what I got for you today. I don't know. It's kind of like not even in the same ballpark. Okay, that's the best way I can word it here. The only ingredient that is similar is I am going to have it, make a sandwich out of it on some bread, and then the tuna fish itself. Other than that, growing up, I never had anything like this, and I just recently thought of this, just off the top of my head. I like flavors, right? I just do not like bland food. Okay, you gotta bring that flavor. You gotta come with that heat, come with that those spices, right? Or just maybe a couple different ingredients that are have a good strong flavor, and you mix them together, and then it's like you come up with a whole new creation. And that's what I'm going to do for you here today. So it is basically for the what I would call it, you could say it's a barbecue tuna fish sandwich. So on the surface, you're like, well, what the heck is that? So without getting into it a whole lot right now, how about we just head to the kitchen and let's get cooking. What is up, guys? We are in the kitchen. That is a tube of Pringles Ranch. Part of my ingredients here for the dish I'm whipping up today. Not really a dish, but a sandwich. So I know you're going to look at these ingredients like Pringles Ranch, barbecue sauce, pesto, a can of tuna fish, and some feta cheese. So you're probably looking at those ingredients and like, all right, what are you up to this time, Retro? Well, I'm making a sandwich, a barbecue. I'm just going to call it a barbecue tuna fish sandwich. This is my own idea. This is just something I came up with on myself. So if there's any other videos out there like this, then I guess that's a coincidence, But, I did not look this up or anything. This is just, this is my own personal flavors that I enjoy, and you know, a lot of times I come up with different combinations of things that I might find interesting. So, without further delay, let me get a tripod set up here, and we'll get started on it. Okay, so I just gotta open this can of tuna fish here. Very important step. You do want to drain this tuna fish, okay? And so I'm doing that off camera right now. But also very important is to make sure you get the tuna that's in the water, not the oil, because you got it in the oil, it's not really going to drain too well. As I said before in another video, getting the tuna in an oil, that's like if you're going to make, you'd probably want to get that if you're going to make like tuna casserole or something where you don't have to drain it, and you want a little oil in there for some flavor. Alright, so there's the tuna fish drained. And we got a spoon here. So I'm just going to dump our tuna fish in the bowl. Like so. I used to buy those tuna packets, and they're convenient, they are, but as far as just buying the can, you get more bang for your buck. As simple as that. You know, you get more tuna fish, and it's cheaper. So, like anything, you do pay for convenience. Okay, so the barbecue sauce. This is recently, in recent years, this has become my favorite. Good old Stubbs. This is the sticky sweet, because he's got different flavors. Stubbs sticky sweet. Love it. And this was, I believe I got this for less than $4. So it's nice. Plus it comes in a, I don't know if you can hear that. That's a glass bottle. Some people, some people like that better because, there's a lot of stuff out there about plastic, so for what it's worth, it's a glass bottle, so a lot of people would like that, but it's just good sauce. Now, I'm not going to measure this. A lot of times I don't measure. I'm just going to add it to the bowl here. I'm going to say that's about close to 2 tablespoons. Maybe a tablespoon and a half. Now for me, here's the thing. When you're adding sauce or any kind of like liquid to a recipe, sometimes it's okay if you maybe got to add a little more, because you can always add. That's the thing. That's the key. You can always add more, right? But if you put too much in, you can't take it away. so there. See how that's looking there? Now for me, I'm going to add a little more because I like my stuff a little saucy. Ooh, now that might have been too much. Oh well. Maybe not. We'll give it a good mix up here. Yeah, I do not like dry food. That is just my thing. Like when I order a pizza, most of the time, I tell them extra sauce, because some of these places, they're just like skimpy on the sauce. It's like, yeah, see, now after mixing that up, that's just about right for me anyway. So there's a good look at it. I actually could maybe even add more, but I'm not going to. Alright, so let's construct this here. Here's the pesto. Going to open that. Now with pesto, it's got, I don't know if you can see this, I'll try to get it so you can see it. It's got that oil on the top, so you are going to need to stir that up. See if I can get it in here so you guys can see it. Give that a good stir. Yeah, pesto is something I never really was not on my radar until just maybe a couple, 2 or 3 years ago, when I was at my previous job, when I was dealing with food. I was doing a recipe that called for me to use it. It was actually making a pesto grilled cheese sandwich, and I know it might sound weird on the at first, but it actually was pretty good. So that was my first introduction to pesto. Alright, got it nice and stirred there. Okay, so the first thing is we're gonna toast the bread. That is a Ezekiel bread that I got in the toaster. That's the flaxseed kind. So let's we're gonna toast that bread. So I hope you can see that. I got that on about 2 3/4 the setting there on my toaster. So it depends on how toasty you like your toast, but I don't like it burnt. Burnt toast is no good, and especially for this sandwich, I just want it like lightly toasted. Now I will say that if you're using white bread, you may need to adjust your settings on your toaster, because white bread will toast up more than this Ezekiel bread is. This Ezekiel bread is a very dense bread. And through the magic of editing, the toast is ready. Alright, so let's get my Ezekiel bread. Now like I said, you can use any kind of bread you want. You know what? I am going to add a little more sauce to this tuna fish. It's really soaking it up. I drained it quite a bit. I drained it really good. So maybe if you don't drain it as much, you wouldn't have to add much sauce. But I want the flavor. I don't want that tuna. I don't want that water. So we're going to stir it. Give it another good stir. Make it all nice and incorporated there. Okay, now I think I got enough sauce. Yeah, like I said, that's your personal preference. To me, I like a lot of sauce. Alright, so here we're going to try to zoom in on this bread. Make sure it's camera in view here. You guys can see that alright? Alright. Try not to gotta get it in the viewfinder there so I can. So that one can, now with the Ezekiel bread, it's not that big, okay? So yeah, this is going to be my dinner tonight. Alright, so there's the barbecue tuna fish. So the next step here is I'm going to go ahead and put this pesto on the other slice of bread. Try to do this left-handed so you guys can see better, so I'm not blocking the view. Yeah. There we go. Let's just do it this way. Want a decent amount on there again. Be generous with it. I think that's pretty good. So the next step is the feta cheese. This is the crumbled feta original. So yeah, we'll do a nice little generous helping of that on there. I mean, I love the classics. I mean, obviously you guys know that when it comes to a lot of things. But like as far as like classic, I mean like, you know, growing up, you know, we'd have tuna fish sandwiches, but we just used Miracle Whip and would chop up some celery, and then, you know, bam, that was our tuna fish sandwich. That, to me, that's a classic tuna fish sandwich, and I'll still eat that, you know, today. Like I said, this is actually my first time having this, so you know, I'm gonna do a taste test here in real time to see how it turns out. So the last ingredient is the ranch flavored Pringles. Now again, I'm just going to put like 2 chips on there. That's about as big as it'll hold. Like I said, I'm not going to overload it with chips. I'm going to say 2 chips to, you know, give it that crunch. There we go. I like a little bit of texture and crunch to my sandwiches. So put the bread on it. Like so. Smash it down some. And I'm going to get my rock and chop knife. Rock and chop. Yep. Still love these Miracle Blades. So let's see if we can get it. That way you guys can see a good view of it. Okay. So that's what it looks like on the inside. So here's a moment of truth. Let's let's taste it out. As Caffeine Man would say. Let's taste it out. Oh wow, I'm digging it. I am digging that. Yeah, I don't know what made me think of this. I mean, well, I will say, like I have been doing the barbecue sauce and the tuna fish for maybe a couple months now, but I didn't make a sandwich out of it. You know, sometimes I try to watch the carbs, you know, so I would just like put the tuna fish in the bowl and, you know, mix the barbecue sauce in it and just eat it like that out of the bowl with a spoon. So I have been doing the barbecue tuna fish for a while because, I mean, tuna by itself, it's not that appealing, you know, like if you would just straight out of the can and nothing added to it, yeah, it's not very appealing, not very tasty, and like it's, yeah, I probably would never do that unless it was like put in a salad with, you know, then you got salad dressing to, you know, counteract that taste. But anyways, I've been doing the barbecue tuna in a bowl for a while, but I don't know, I just got thinking here recently, and it's like, might be some interesting combos there. So yeah, I'll go in for another one back here. Yeah, that's really good. If I had to say, maybe I would add maybe another chip or two, give it a little more crunch. So, yeah. Here's the other half of this. That's a good view of the inside, right? So what do you guys think of this idea? Let me know in the comments below. Would you ever try this? Or if, you know, let me know if this sounds interesting. And then also let me know what your, I guess, weirdest combination is. We're back here in the Sega room, guys. Just a quick recap. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. You know, I'm really curious to know what you guys think of this. I guess if my grandma was still around, she would call it like this collaboration or whatever. You know, this coming together of these different ingredients to like a new idea. And I'm not saying I'm the first to ever think of this. You know, maybe there's others out there that have, but I've never really heard of it. But yeah, those key ingredients, I'm a fan of those ingredients on their own. So it's like, sometimes I just get to brainstorming and it's like, go brain go. And it's like things, it comes together and I'm like, you know, I ponder ideas. You know, it's like, I wonder how that would be. And then, you know, for me, if I get an idea like that, I go for it, right? It's like, well, I want to know. I just don't want to wonder, right? I want to know how it would come together, how all that would taste together. And, you know, sometimes it's just like baseball, right? So here we go with a sports analogy. Sometimes you're going to, you know, swing and you might miss, right? That's just life, okay? If you don't take any chances and just play it safe and, you know, don't do anything new, I don't know. I like to be a little adventurous. I guess you would call it. You know, have a little bit of spirit of adventure. Try some new things. And you're not, so you may swing and miss. You know, as in, yeah, you could try something new and not like it, and you're like, well, I guess I don't like it. But at least now you know either way, and you're not just have those ideas out there and, well, wonder maybe, and but just never know. See, I want to know, right? So yeah, when I get up in my later years, when I look back on my life, I just don't want to look back and just, well, wonder what if. I know that's a pretty deep statement here because we're just talking about making sandwiches or food in the kitchen, but I kind of live my life that way. It's like I want to look back and just, I don't want to wonder like, well, what if, you know, what if I would have, you know, taken that chance, you know, what if I would have, because then I would have found out one way or another whether I liked it or I didn't. So I just like, at the end of the day, if I get ideas, I like to go for it, you know, because yes, you will sometimes swing and miss and like, well, yeah, I don't like that, but now you know. But other times you're going to swing and bam, knock that baby out of the park and hit a homie. All right, and to where you're like, this is pretty nice, I'm digging it, right? You know, so it's like, you know, there's no guarantees in life, but it's like, you only get, that's the thing though, right? You only get one life, okay? So it's like, make the most of it. Make the most of every day. Be adventurous. Be, follow up on your ideas. If you got some ideas and you want to try it out, you know, don't hesitate, right? Go for it. Just like in the movie Point Break, you know, the original, of course. You know, Patrick Swayze, when he's talking to Keanu Reeves, he says, hesitation will cause your worst fear to come true, right? So I know I'm all over the place with this, but it's just like, you know, you get one life. Don't sit on the sidelines. Don't you know, just don't play it safe and don't take any chances and just be ultra conservative, you know, because it's like, if you live your life that way, I mean, I don't know, what kind of life, is that really fulfilling, you know what I mean? So, I know I've really went all over the place with this, didn't plan on getting into some, touching on some deep topics there, or, you know, trying to appear like as a life coach, because at the end of the day, we're talking about making sandwiches, and, you know, some ideas in the kitchen. But, you know, as Mr. Miyagi would say when he told Daniel that, you know, about balance, right? It's not what he meant was, you know, balance. It wasn't just he didn't mean just physically your body, you know, balancing that way. He meant balance for your whole life, balance whole life, you know. So it's like I appreciate that, you know. So anyways, guys, that's the video I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If this is your first time to the channel, you know, by all means, you know, tap that red subscribe button down there in the corner, and then the bell next to it, ding ding, and that way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. All right, but leave me some comments below. Tell me what you thought of this idea. Or would you try this? Would you try this sandwich, a barbecue tuna fish sandwich with, you know, some feta cheese and some pesto added to it? You know, I like it. I dig it. So you know, I'd be curious what you guys what your thoughts are. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this time. Until next time, you know it, keep it retro.